Hey everyone, I'm Holden, and today I'll be talking about Transformers Devastation on the PlayStation 4. Transformers isn't really a thing I like. I've never watched the TV show or played with the toys, and I absolutely hated the Michael Bay films. What I do like though is Platinum. Of the 10 games made so far by Platinum, I own 9 of them, so if anyone feels like buying Infinite Space to make it 10 out of 10, that'd be great, thanks. The only thing is, I'm absolutely terrible at all of the games. The only game I actually finished is Vanquish, but I love that so much that I'm currently making a game inspired by it. I kept hammering away at the games, but I never really got anywhere, until Transformers Devastation. The story of Transformers Devastation is based around the Autobots facing the Decepticons, who are controlling the Insecticons with the help of the Constructicons to cyberform the Earth using the power of a plasma core from the Proud Star, an Autobot ship which had crash-landed millions of years ago. If that sentence made no sense to you, don't worry about it. I've finished the game and I still barely understood the plot. That's not to say the story is bad at all, it's perfectly serviceable and easy to follow, but the story is not why you play a Platinum game. You play a Platinum game for the gameplay. The basics are the same for each of the 6 or so playable characters. They have a double jump, a ranged attack, heavy and light melee attacks, dodges and transformations. It'd be kinda strange if the Transformers couldn't transform, right? These transformations allow you a faster method of travel between areas and also work as the finishing moves for your combos. It's also possible to use these transformations to perform a ground pound, but I found this consistently difficult to actually use. The main point to the game is the combat, which revolves around using combos and finishes to deal damage to enemies. You can get through the entire game without learning any of these combos if you want, but using them is where a lot of the fun in the game is found. Every other mechanic fluidly feeds into it, like if you do a melee attack while driving, you immediately transform back into your normal form and uppercut the nearest enemy, which deals huge damage and also allows you to break through their shields. During combat, it is possible to dodge the attacks of your enemies, which is easily the most useful and enjoyable mechanic in the game. Dodging allows you to get out of the way of enemy attacks, and a well-timed dodge will slow the world around you. This gives you a brief period to attack the enemy without them being able to react. It's incredibly satisfying to dodge attacks from a large number of enemies at once and take them all down in slow motion. You can increase the damage you do to enemies by using different weapons. There are a number of different types of weapons in the game, such as hammers, fists and axes, but I mainly favoured swords. There are also a variety of different ranged weapons, but I didn't find these as useful, mainly using them for a distraction or to blow up explosives from a distance. These weapons can be found in the game, or can also be purchased in the Ark. The Ark is the main hub where you can upgrade weapons or buy tech and moves. Upgrading weapons combines 2 weapons together to increase damage and add new stats. The moves allow you to use different combos or improve certain skills. Tech also improves skills, but you can only equip a few at a time. Tech has to be created using minigame, in which you have to time a button press to stop a moving bar in the correct place. Depending on where it lands, you will either get bad, good or great tech. There are also 2 different levels of tech to create, the cheaper set which costs 1,000 or the more expensive which costs 5,000. While the game is incredibly fun, I do have a number of criticisms for it, starting with the missions which change camera angles. This only happens twice in the game, in 2 missions which take place immediately after one another. While the variety is nice, in a game as short as this it seems a bit pointless. Perhaps if they were a more integral part of the game, I'd be more favourable towards them, but as it is, they're more annoying than they are a welcome distraction. 2 of the boss fights in the game take place in an arena without obvious boundaries. While these fights are cool due to the spectacle, it's incredibly hard to tell what's going on, which makes them a frustrating experience. A lot of the time is spent fighting with the camera, and when the combat is as fast paced as it is in this game, struggling to find your enemy really breaks flow. The main problem for the game though is its length. The game is super short, taking me barely 4 hours to beat it. There are 7 chapters altogether, with chapter 5 in particular taking me only 12 minutes to beat. Ideally you would play the game multiple times, but that's not how I enjoy games. I can count on one hand the number of games I've actually completed more than once. As such, at full retail price it's hard for me to recommend this game. That being said, it's easy to get this cheap at this point, and it's definitely worth £20. All in all though, I really enjoyed playing Transformers Devastation. It's fun, fast paced, and as easy to get through as you want it to be. If you want to learn the combos and do cool looking moves, you can. If you just want to mash buttons, you can do that too. The game is as deep as you want it to be, and I found that really frees you to just enjoy the experience you're having. I still have the urge to play it after finishing it, which is a rare feeling for me after completing a game. Platinum currently seem to be dealing a lot with Activision on licensed franchises, with this preceded by the Legend of Korra game, and followed by the recently leaked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. If this partnership continues to deliver games of this quality, then I'm all for it. At the very least, it'll tide me over until Scalebound. Thanks for watching.
Autobots, roll out!